What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Kim Tyler, President and Chief Executive Officer at Stratabound Minerals. It's a pleasure to have you on today, Kim. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks very much, Aaron. Thanks for having us on today. Talk to everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm excited to be talking about the company. Can you start by giving us more information about Stratabound Minerals, and telling us exactly what the company does and what you guys plan to do?
Well, we're a junior exploration and developer company, and we're moving rapidly to become a producer. Our background, our team assembled pretty much over the last 4 years. The company goes back a long ways, but we as professionals, we've all been. I've been in mining myself, operations, building them. We've seen everything from finding them, building them, operating them, shutting them down. So we're actually we're in the game kind of people. We're not lifestyle type of folks, and we're also at that point in our careers where I say this a lot, that I don't necessarily have to be doing this sort of thing. I could be golfing and fishing, and my family wishes I did a bit more of that. But the thing is, we love what we do, and we see a tremendous opportunity to take all the collective skills we got of our team, and put it towards building the next mining house. We see tremendous opportunities that big companies aren't picking up, and it's at a time in the cycle of mining, which used to be 10-year cycles of boom and bust. It's been a long haul here for the junior resource companies. So there's nobody out there finding the new mines for tomorrow, finding the new electric battery metals that we need, and gold and all these other metals the world's needing to transform. So we see this opportunity. We're having fun with this. We're working to build a mining company, mining house, and we're also looking to bring on some younger people. It's a terrific business to be in, very rewarding in my life, and just do something that's fun, but also benefits the community we're in and the world in general.
Yeah, I love this story. It sounds like, you're passionate about it. Like you said, you don't have to be doing this, but you see some opportunity and things driven by passion. I love to see that. So the company's been trading since 1987, which is quite impressive, but has gone through some very transformative changes over the past 4 years. Could you tell us what these are and, what took place to get you to where you are today?
Yeah, well, we had been looking at some projects that we'd seen in our various careers, consulting and whatnot, and working for big companies. My background is I worked for Rio Tinto, I worked for Vale when it was Inco, these big companies, big and small. But seeing some opportunities being missed, looking for fundamentally a shell maybe to put it in. Again, that would be, we saw some of these as ideal for fitting into that, greater value for shareholders, picking something off. So Stratabound was struggling in 2017. I was approached to come aboard with it. They were looking for a project. They had debt. And no projects to go for, and nobody to lead it. So I was asked to come and say, hey, this is a great opportunity. I'll get out of my consulting gig and forego maybe that great income for a while and see if I can put this together. So we brought in an exploration project in the Yukon. We can talk about we have three projects right now, three key ones. One in the Yukon, one in the Maritimes. We think there's hot jurisdictions. Evidence for the Maritimes is newfound gold. Everything old is new again. Very exciting out there. We are in the same kind of rocks and opportunity there. And also an exploration project in the Yukon where we have a very high grade gold where people hadn't been looking for it. So two things, looking for the real estate's going to be hot next, and exciting jurisdictions and safe jurisdictions. Finally, that's all exciting. That's the sizzle to our story. That's the part where we can early stage exploration, might find new discoveries. But the second part is our project we just acquired in October last year. It's the Fremont Gold Project in California. It's in the Mother Lode Gold Belt. It's another historic gold producer, up to 100 million ounces, and produced out of that district since the 1849 gold rush. And everything went quiet in 1944 at $35 an ounce. So we're out there looking, well, this is a gem of a place to be, and we picked up this property. And this is the one that had mining done on it in the past. It had been nearly permitted in the past, had a feasibility on it in 1989. And we're just picking up all that information, refreshing it, and going forward and working very, very hard to we'll be working with the local communities and so on. We understand ESG is a prime thing. It's a thing you have to do in our business, but out there to convince people that we'll be good corporate neighbors and do everything right. We see that we can do that. My final comment on that is I believe mining can and should be an environmentally responsible enterprise like anything else. It can and it has demonstrated in many places. We just have to do work to prove that.
Definitely. You guys have been up to a lot in the last 4 years. So, Stratabound recently doubled their land position in the new emerging Maritime Gold District. What does this mean for the company? And, what are your future plans for that?
Well, that's an interesting one where, again, I like to talk to prospectors, and they're the ones really in that area. It's northern New Brunswick. It's a belt of geology that goes right down through Nova Scotia into Newfoundland, where Newfound gold is, and across the ocean into Ireland and Great Britain, where there are gold mines. Dalradian's operating a very high grade deposit called Kurganol, very successfully up there. So this belt of rocks goes all the way down the Maritimes to the Carolinas. Oceana Gold operates 2 gold mines down there, and there's other gold finds along the way. So this belt of rocks, it hadn't been looked at very seriously. New Brunswick's known for base metals deposits. Prospectors, again, they're the ones always finding these things and going where people, conventional wisdom says, don't go look here, you'll break your pick. But we saw a property there that we looked at, very 4 trenches, 40 some samples, up to 40 grams per ton gold, which is very high grade, and a very early stage. Subsequent to that, another company, and your viewers should follow Puma Exploration. They're not the only other junior in our neighborhood. They picked up the property beside us, right along strike. But that means that their rocks project under our property, and they pulled a hole out of there, 5.5 grams over 50 meters in September. And that's the opportunity for all your viewers if they want to get into the gold junior. This is what happened in the last several months. They got shorted on fantastic news on a new discovery. Another company just discovered up to 450 grams per ton, about 20 kilometers away. And that's not making the media news at all. And yet these results these are stuff they're finding on surface from outcrop. That's not stuff that's been transported in. So nobody knows about the stuff, and we're out there waving our arm. The little boy at the back of the class trying to teacher ask me, but we're patient and perseverant. We'll carry on. But that's early stage exploration, and I said that's the speculative part of our company. We got those early stage projects can be great winners. We're excited about it. We news out this week. We just deployed our exploration team this weekend, and they're out there following up on some soil anomalies and geochemical anomalies that we had established last year. So we're hoping to find, fingers crossed, another new discovery on our own property that compares to the other ones on either side of us.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for you guys, especially with all the news on the way. So, the company is focused on exploring and developing North American gold and copper projects. So, dating back to your history, what attracted you to copper and gold specifically? Have you always been into that, or just a quick question on that?
Well, we've covered about every kind of commodity you can imagine. I've been in base metals, nickel, copper, zinc. A lot of it is gold as well too. And I've been in it over 40 years, and so I've continued done a lot of. So, but mining is mining. There's different applications you do, but the commodities are all different. For gold, I always liked gold for the fact that no matter what, as many pundits might say, it's not a standard of currency. It actually is. It's been this currency for 5,000 years, and Crete was the first. Ancient Crete was where the first gold coins were minted. So it's been around a long time, and fiat currencies disappear. Competition maybe cryptocurrency, perhaps, but I hear a lot of the cryptocurrency pundits saying you should have some gold in your portfolio. But fundamentally, there's an old saying: gold, 100 years ago, gold bought you a good suit, and today an ounce of gold bought you a good suit, and today an ounce of gold would probably buy several good suits, or I could buy a dozen because I buy cheap suits. But that's my story. But the fact is, I think it does hold value over time. We see a perfect storm. We're reading a lot about it with inflation kicking off. The usual triggers for gold to kick off are there. It's a bit slow. I have reasons that I can explain those myself. They're my own crystal ball. But I think there's competition in our sector with new technology that didn't exist, like cryptocurrency, cannabis, and other things. Those didn't exist 10 years ago. All the moms and pops played with their weekend poker money in the Vancouver Venture Exchange on gold stocks and junior stocks. But I figure that's coming back. It has to, because we can't go forward with the green future, green society all the way around without investment in finding the raw materials that require us to convert to green. So copper was a legacy project we had. We have got one in New Brunswick. It's a copper cobalt. I quite like it. It's small. We put it a bit on the back burner. We think that's one we could get into production, very small scale, but very profitable. And copper often goes along with gold. Gold is really where we're focused. And if copper comes along with it, well, that's what we'll look at as well too.
Yeah, no, that's a really interesting story. So the company has multiple projects at various stages in the game, from early stage exploration to near-term production. Can you tell us what makes Stratabound so unique?
Well, we have, again, it goes back to our cumulative experience of being in building, participating in the building of, it's always a team. It's never an I thing in this. But we've all participated in big projects in North America, both up and around the world internationally. So we're a team that, again, is motivated to accomplish something bigger than ourselves. It's not necessarily about the money. The money's a great thing, but the fun of building and developing something is what motivates us. We have that experience for a junior exploration company. We've got experience that really belongs in major mining houses where we've worked. Again, we're at the latter part of our career doing this, not belonging to big mining companies. And I think the strategy we have is a pipeline of projects. We really believe there could be the next Goldcorp or Barrick or something like that. And we kind of smile about we want to be the next one. And if we don't get there, we'll have a lot of fun doing it because the opportunity is there and the people are there in our team to build it together. So that's a bit different. We're intent on not just flogging up that exploration project in the moose pasture. We're interested in building a pipeline of projects, getting one in production. In California, we want to get that in production and fund our own exploration and fund our growth organically in projects. Big companies aren't picking up projects like Fremont. They just don't do that. I grew up in my early years that there were armies of geologists for the big companies. Now you got 2 or 3 people and that's about it. And all they do is they cannibalize each other. They wait for somebody else to pick something up. And typically the big mining companies get in trouble where they pay too much for a big project. They don't take the time to look at the nuts and bolts, look under the hood. And we're good at looking under the hood. And we also see value in small projects. So that's another thing that makes it a bit different. But we got the horsepower, the team, the skill set, and the motivation. I own 1.7 million shares at roughly 20 cents, and the stock's trading at 5 cents, and I'm very upset about that. And that's the market, but that's an opportunity. And I just bought some more lately, but certainly there's that motivation. But really, it's around participating, building something bigger than ourselves, and working closely with the communities around. I'm going to put that pitch in again because that's very important. That's just not me paying lip service to the fact that ESG is something we have to earn a social license and trust in the communities we're working in. And that's one thing we know we're going to work very hard at.
Yeah, those are all very important points. And I love seeing, you guys leverage all that experience and hopefully, you're building something big. So, what are some of the major catalyst investors and prospective shareholders should be looking out for in the near term, or what's, getting you excited right now?
Well, on our early stage advanced exploration projects, these are Canadian projects. So we work on them in the summer. And that's why California is appealing for us to work on it more in the winter. So we could have something there as well. But we have soil anomaly work that was done last year. We got some new discoveries in that regard. What that means is people have gone over and grid sampled soil, and you collect the values, and where the higher values gold might be, excuse me, is where you want to follow up with prospecting and banging on rocks. And that's exciting because we just said our team's been deployed in New Brunswick to follow up on some exciting anomalies there. So they'll be out there. So we'll hopefully see results in that come out later this year. Towards the end of July into August, we'll be up in the Yukon at our exploration project up there. A quick note on that one: we're up in the southeast corner of the Yukon, and right beside us is Seabridge Gold. It's a $1 billion market cap company. They just acquired a project beside us that had a 5,401 gram per ton discovery in 2003. And that's an exceptional. It's a sleepy neighborhood, and the media is not picking up on it too well. And that suits us fine. They'll catch up to us eventually. But that's another exciting. We'll be out there again this summer too, following up on new soil sample discoveries there. And we have in our advanced project, we're working on an updated NI 43-101 resource estimate. We're also working on baseline environmental work, and we hope to have the new resource estimate out at the end of June. PEA later in this year, but we're working towards feasibility and permitting and all this stuff. Not the most interesting for money people, but it is determined work to get us into a production scenario where we're looking differently. If I had one last comment to make about all this, because I talked to this a lot, when our company was, we saw ourselves as we were a 9 to 15 million market cap company with 2 exploration projects, and that was it. And we said we want to be in the 80 to 100 million market cap peer group. What is that going to require? Well, it required 1 million ounces of NI 43-101 indicated, inferred, whatever. And that's what propelled us into bidding amongst 42 other bidders on California Gold, where the Fremont project was. And we were the successful bidder on it, I think, on the strength of our team and our motivation. But that gave us 526,000 ounces of indicated and 400 and some thousand ounces of inferred, so close to 1 million if you add them together, which that come up to. We believe there's far more than that, which we're working on looking at right now. But that put us in that peer group. Our market cap right now is about 6.5 million. We've been pounded hard like everybody else in the last couple of weeks, with everybody retreating from the risky stocks and getting into the American dollar. Gold has held its own against the American dollar, I would say. But moving on, we are in that new market. Our whole sector's been depressed, probably about 30 or 40%, maybe 50%, where it might be at its peak in the last several years. And I'd say we're depressed. We're trading about a market cap of about 6-7 million amongst a peer group of about 30 to 80 million. So there's one thing to be aware of. We can't make the market pay attention to us. We can only try and get that attention. We're working on getting that word out and making awareness out there. But also just watch what we do. We say what we mean. We prefer to talk about what we've done than what we're going to do. But we do have plans to move forward. You can find out more about us on the website. But just watch what we do and the news going forward.
Oh, definitely. I was just going to say, where's the best place for investors to go for more information?
You can get us on our website, www.stratabound.com. That's probably the best place, and all your information should be there.
Yeah, that was great. So thank you all. Thank you so much, Kim, for all that info. And I know you guys have a lot in the pipeline. So hopefully we can have you back on later this year talking about all the progress you've made. And yeah, we'll see where things are at.
Well, thank you very much, Aaron. It's been a pleasure. Have a great day.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.